Hi, I'm Mrs. Lawrence, and I'm one of the teachers at UP Primary. I'm going to be working with you today on RW2, Unit 12, Exercise 2. Before we start, there's a couple things you're going to need. First, you're going to need a nice, quiet workplace where you won't be distracted by anything. The next thing you're going to need is Exercise 2 decoding page for Unit 12. The last thing that you're going to need is the homework that goes with this lesson. So it would say Unit 12, homework number 2. If you do not have those things, go ahead and pause the video, go get what you need, come on back and push play, and we'll start. Great, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do today is we're going to look up at the top. We're going to do some sound review. So if you would just follow along with me, we could read these sounds together. Here we go. O as in boat. E as in bread. J as in page. U as in crew. And the last one is our new sound for this unit. J as in giraffe. Could you try those on your own? Here we go. Ready? Read. O, E, J, U, J. Good job. Look at row B. We have some more sounds. Are you ready? Let's go through and read them. Ready? Read. N, A, S, J, S. Good job. Let's go ahead and come down to this second part. We're going to do some new sound practice. Remember that new sound is the J sound. Read the underlined part first, then the word. Ready? Read. J, giant. J, engine. J, origin. J, imagine. Can you try those on your own? Ready? Read. Giant, engine, origin, imagine. Good job. The next part is related words. They're all going to have the same base word, and then they will each have a different ending. I'll go first. The first word says soar. The second word says sword. The third word says soaring. Could you try those? First word, ready? Read. Soar. Next word, ready? Read. Sword. Next word, ready? Read. Soaring. Good job. This kind of soar would be like, not the kind where you hurt, but this soar would be like to soar high in the sky. Let's go over to the next box. Here's some mixed practice. Remember, underline part first, then read the word. Ready? Read. E, crest. I, silk. A, shut. O, owns. Curved. J, page. O, hole. E, beak. Sh, shush. Could you try those words on your own? Ready? Read. Crest. Silk. Shut. Owns. Curved. Page. Hole. Beak. Shush. Good job. Next word, we're going to work on some word endings. And what you're going to notice with these words is that they are going to have, in the first word, they might have a different ending than the second word. So like on the word glide, you're going to notice that there's an E in glide. But when I look at the next word and I have the word gliding, I had to drop the E before I added ing. So you're going to notice some of these words, they're going to have to be changed for when they add the ending. So there's going to be some spelling differences here. So let's start at the beginning. Ready, read. Glide, gliding. Next word. Shine, shiny. Last word. Study, studied. Did you notice in shine, we dropped the E when we added the Y? And in the word study, we dropped the Y and added an I before we added the ED ending? Good. Good job. Can you try them on your own? Ready, read. Glide, gliding. Shine, shiny. Study, studied. Good job. Let's go over to the next one. This says word endings. The underlined part is going to be the root word, and then you'll have the ending that goes with it. Read the underlined part first. Ready, read. Try, trying. Pretend, pretending. Spin, spinning. Point, pointed. Slant, slanted. Scream, screamed. Squeeze, squeezed. Glance, glanced. Can you try those on your own? Are you ready? Here we go. Ready? Read. Trying, pretending, spinning, pointed, slanted, screamed, squeezed, glanced. Good job. The next box are our tricky words. So we'll read the word together and then I'll go ahead and use it in a sentence for you today. Why don't you take a quick peek and see if you know those first before we go over them together. Ready? Look at the first word. The first word says touched. Juan said that his rabbit's fur is soft, but I have never touched rabbit's fur before. How about the next word? It says, hey. If you want to get someone's attention, you can say, hey. The next word says, covers. The little girl hid her head under the covers. Good job. And the last word says, enough. I'm full. I've had enough food for the night. Could you say all of these words 3 times each? Ready, read. Touched, touched, touched. Hey, hey, hey. Covers, covers, covers. Enough, enough, enough. Good job. The last section here says compound words. Remember, a compound word is when you take 2 words and put them together to make one. Let's read them. The first word says backpack. The next word says bookmark. And the last word says treetops. Can you try those? Ready? Read. Backpack. Bookmark. Treetops. Great job. Go ahead and go down to this next section, section 3. It's got the multisyllabic words. We're going to go through and we're going to read them as they're broken up, and then we'll read them as a whole word. First word, ready, read. Reptile, reptile. A lizard is a reptile. Go right over to the right. This is a big one. Let's chunk it up. Ready? Read. L, E, men, ta, re. Elementary. Good. We don't go to high school. We don't go to middle school. We go to elementary school. Good job. Down in row B. You ready? Read. Skin, knee, skinny. The opposite of fat is skinny. Next word. Notice that the T is crossed out in this word. That's because we're not going to say that sound. You ready? Here we go. Whistling, whistling. I could hear the wind whistling through the trees. Good job. Row C. Ready? Read. Distance, distance. The library was far away. It was a long distance to walk. The last word here says suppose, supposed. The new store did not open today, even though it was supposed to. Could you try those on your own? All right, here we go. Ready? Read. Reptile, elementary, skinny, whistling, distance, supposed. Good job. Look down at the next section. We're going to read the underlined part first, and then we're going to read the whole word. Remember, the first one, T-I-O-N, that says shun. Let's read that word. Let's read the underlined part first. Ready? Read. Shun, direction. Good. Next word. Underline part first. Lee, absolutely. Good. Next word. Underline part first. Returned. Next word. Underline part first. Unopened. Good. And the last word, underline part first. Full, careful. Could you read all those on your own? Here we go. Ready? Read. Direction. Absolutely. Returned. Unopened. Careful. Great. Next section. This section is dinosaur words because for your homework today, you're going to be reading about a dinosaur. Let's look at these first few words here. Look at the first word, and actually we just have the one dinosaur word because that's the title of our story today. Look at the P in this word. The P is crossed out. That means we're not going to say the sound that the letter P makes. So we don't actually say P at the beginning. Look right next to it. It's a pronunciation, and it's broken down into syllables for us, so it makes it a little bit easier for us to say. Let's give it a try. You ready? Here we go. Ran a dawn. Pteranodon. A pteranodon is a flying dinosaur. That's why on the cover of our homework, there's a dinosaur that has wings. So before we get to our homework assignment for today, we have a paragraph that we're going to read. I'm going to ask that you read aloud with me as I read it out loud, and along the way, we're going to see some new words. Let's see if we can find those new words, and then we'll talk about which ones were new at the end. Here we go. It says, Beth looked over at the neighbor's old castle from her front porch. Beth thought she saw a strange creature peering at her through the gate. She trembled. It's okay, she told herself. It's just my imagination. Even though she was scared, Beth walked straight past the weird house as she headed to school. Did you find any new words in there? The new words today were porch, like a front porch that might be kind of like a little deck, maybe out in front of your house. Another new word was trembled. So if she trembled, she's shaking with fear. The next word, there was the word peering. It said she saw a strange creature peering at her. That means looking at her. And the last word is down here. It says weird. So it said Beth walked straight past the weird house as she headed to school. Weird could just mean something like maybe kind of out of the ordinary or different. Something that she might not be that wouldn't be normal for her. Great job. Maybe you can have some more time this afternoon and read this again to yourself or read it to somebody in your family. That's it for this part today. The next thing I would like you to do is I'd like you to look at your homework. Do you remember this big word right here? Remember, I don't say the letter P. I don't make the P sound. This just says pteranodon. Pteranodon. Remember, this is a dinosaur that has wings, and this is what your story is going to be about. This is a nonfiction story. That means you're going to get some facts about a pteranodon today. Don't forget, if you forgot how to say it, there's another little pronunciation guide right here on the inside. And then after you're done reading, don't forget to answer the questions down at the bottom so you can check to see what you remember about the story. And then you'll do the same thing on the back. And then another quick reminder, remember, when you see those bold kind of questions or just extra statements at the top of a section of your story, remember those are called headings. Those headings are going to give you a good idea of what you're about to read. So for example, if this said, when did it live? Well, if I read that, I bet I'm going to find out when exactly it lived. Great. Have a great time. Don't forget to read this a couple of times to somebody in your family so you get lots of extra practice and really have fun reading. I had a great time working with you today. See you next time.